Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Happy Friday. I did not know it was Friday, y'all. I do not keep up with the days anymore or the time, and I am so grateful for that. For some of you who may be in that energy, okay? Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Thank you for coming back over to I'll Be in 1111 Energy Soul Tribe family. Today was a little bit of a self-love day, okay? I needed to do that. All right. A little bit of pampering thyself. It's funny, y'all. And for whoever this message may resonate with, no projections though. Um, ever since I don't go to the nail shops anymore, I'm dang near working on my own self longer than them. I don't know what that is. Okay. Some of you guys may be thinking about that. Okay. About how much money you're spending there, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. But nevertheless, welcome back over to I'll Be in 1111 Energy Soul Tribe family and to my handsome gentlemen, friends, family, divine mass out there. Okay. And I'm talking about in the interim, okay? The inter, the in. I heard somebody say as within, so without. And I kind of don't like that without part because it's like, nah, as within and all around. Okay. Hopefully you're well, you're rested, and so are your families, all right? This is gonna be my regular Friday, y'all. I always Netflix, okay? But before we do that, we gonna get y'all a message and see what it is that the divine needs and wants you to know. Please stay high vibrational, family, okay? All right. Something about December. I heard that earlier. Okay, I don't know what's coming in December besides Christmas. Okay, but something about December. You may be getting a big Christmas gift in December for somebody. Because I did hear something about December earlier when I was listening to some music. It literally says something about December. Okay, so let's go on and tap in. But thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for everything that you do for me. I am truly grateful. Yes, look, this came flying out. Okay, presence, connection, higher self balance, and healing. Okay, especially after this couple of weeks of turbulence that we've been going through, but it's over. I feel like that is really over. Okay, and hopefully you feel that too, family. It's time to step into our higher selves, our higher consciousness. Okay, this is what the energy is right now. Let's see what else. And thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. Yes, somebody out here, yeah, they did. They had clouded vision. Okay. They didn't have clarity on the matter or the situation. All right, family. And that is quite often, unfortunately, that is how it goes. But before we get started, A1s, who are my day ones, I love you. And to everyone who is here, thank you for coming back. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. Let's get into the message. Divine, at this time, I'd like to ask that you continue to keep us protected during this read, all reads, and all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. Any negativity, any toxicity, any evil being thrown or projected at myself or the Soul Tribe family, I ask that you shield our minds, body, souls, and vessels from it, as we too shield our minds, body, souls, and vessels from it with the mighty shield, clearing, canceling it, and releasing it back to the universe. Ashe, and thank you. So, yes, family, here's the energy. So right now you're in your present. You're present in the moment, in the moment, okay? We're not talking about tomorrow. We're not talking about yesterday. We're talking about present right now. And you are very connected to your higher self, and you are bringing in this balance and healing. And I do feel that, okay? There was somebody or many bodies out here that had clouded vision when it came to you. Okay. They had no clarity on the matter of the situation. And this is giving me the energy of just people talking smack about you. You know how people want to jump on that bandwagon. All they know is you're the bad guy, right? They don't do any research. They just automatically assume that you're the bad guy. Well, I feel like the bandwagon that many jumped on, they wish they hadn't. Okay. Like I said, you may just be in this energy of just loving on yourself. Okay. Calling your power back. You're totally unbothered. You're at peace and you are looking onward. Okay. And then we also have the energy out here of where you're feeling very grateful, blessed, okay, appointed and anointed. You are loved and cherished. All right. I feel like many of you have discovered that, I feel like you've discovered, a lot of people are trying to copy your blueprint, but they couldn't replicate your soul. Okay. Many people out here are starting to see that now. Okay, family, take it how it resonates. Okay. And we're going to pull from this deck and see what the divine needs and wants you to know coming out of these two decks. And they're really cute. I love them. The artist is great. The card material is beautiful. It's like, yeah, it's perfect. They're like waterproof. And that's a blessing. Okay. Let's see what the messages are. Yeah. You are not a battery, so you unplugged accordingly. You really did. You could have been giving away your attention to someone. Okay, you see that shadow in the background, masculine energy. I feel like, this could be somebody that was pulling or tugging on you. Maybe your emotions, your feelings, maybe they had you all up in your head. Only take what resonates though, okay? But you are not a battery, so you unplugged accordingly, right? And yeah, because a lot of people were giving false testimony when it came to you. Okay. Um, what does that say? Something about the DNA and a smaller proof. Oh, what is that? Something about your DNA. And this it looks like this is a spatter. Oh, spatter proof. So your DNA is spatter proof. Okay. I feel like, yeah, there were, like I told you, family, there were a lot of people that jumped on a bandwagon and they got to talking about you and saying things about you that just weren't true. It's just not true. And somebody out here already knew that. They were like, they're lying. That ain't even your character. Okay. And now a lot of people are being looked at for their false testimony. Because isn't that like you ain't supposed to be lying on people under oath? That's what I'm hearing. They could have had a lot of people lying on you under oath. And they have all been found out to have given a false testimony. Okay. This has a lot to do with them dragging your name through the mud. Okay. But they are being found out to have been lying on you. And that's bad to have a false testimony. I told you, I did that reading. I be telling people, shoot, just tell the truth. No matter how bad it is, you better do it. Tell the truth, right? Yeah, how bad or how good it is, I should say, right? Yeah, the chapter is done. You're the whole damn book. Okay. Okay. And that's what people are starting to discover here, family. That chapter is over with. It is done. You are definitely the whole book. Okay. So whatever they were trying to say about you, it's just been revealed that they lied. Every last person lied. Okay. Yeah, that chapter is done. You are now the entire book. Okay. Then we have out here, yeah, you got people who are suspect now, okay? A person of interest accused or targeted you, okay? And that's just because they were trying to follow your blueprint. And look, they left footprints all over the place, yeah, so that they could be tracked down and followed and pursued now. And then we have out here, yeah, I cannot make it up. You got false testimony and a false alibi. Okay. So it says excuse, jurisdiction, and defense. So somebody could be sitting up here trying to, lie about where they were, what their whereabouts are. I feel like somebody was questioned pertaining to the pings off a cell phone tower. A lot of people would be taking their cell phone towers right on them, right with them on the dirt they be doing. And it's being discovered now. Somebody could have come towards you as well. Okay, that could be a problem too. Someone could have came towards you, all right, and tried to put up some sort of false alibi, but they left their footprint. Somebody wears a size 10 and a 13. Wow, really? Yeah, and this is justice. Whatever's happening to them, whatever's being discovered here is justice. And this is a progression in your solution. Okay. This is some sort of progression when it comes to your solution. Somebody out here is looking at prison time, okay, confinement, jail, entertainment. And then we have out here a botched autopsy. Let me tell you, somebody, and I don't know who this portion of the message is going to be is going to resonate with. My condolences first and foremost. But if you lost somebody, okay, if you lost somebody, it could have been to these energies, okay? These energies that were really after what you had, family, okay? Wanted to mess up your life, mess up your love life. Possibly, just wanted to I feel like you've been dealing with a lot of energies that's how they've been getting their money. That's how they've been staying a boat afloat is a lot of foul play. Okay. A lot of foul play. Somebody here had a botched autopsy. Okay. Autopsy. Wow. I can't even talk. Excuse me. Clear my crown down, please. And thank you, spirit. Yeah. The examine the corpse, whatever it was, post mortem, all that was botched. Now, only take it how it resonates, but there's like big news here in the state of Colorado, which some lady that has been doing the autopsies for the last 30 years or something found out she's full of crap. So I was like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like she's in jail right now because all of her, whatever it is they do at the crime lab, it was all full of crap. But they're pulling stuff back. They're looking at people that they done put in jail, because whatever it is, this woman done messed up. Okay. Now only take what resonates. And I use that as an example because of this coming out. Okay. You may be dealing with a bunch of coroners out here that are just, getting paid to do some things. It don't matter though, okay? As long as it's not affecting you, it does not matter, okay? But this is what I'm saying. A lot of people are in professions and they shouldn't have never been there. All right, family? Okay. Let's see what else comes out. Mm, That's not good either. I am so serious. There's somebody here that, you may not have gotten an autopsy on a loved one, I'm hearing, and something you should have. Yeah, because there could have been some evidence that was collected that needed to be secured and analyzed here for somebody. Only take what resonates, okay? And what other messages do we have, Spirit, coming from this deck? What other messages do we have? Yeah, it just seems like family, a lot of people are getting caught up. Yeah. And your phone could have been really tapped. They know that too. I don't know if it, I don't know why. Well, I just heard that. You so damn boring. For you, for somebody else, you're hella boring, okay? Or maybe not boring. I'll put it to you like this, family. If they are waiting to hear your phone ring and a conversation crack off, they like, don't nobody call them. Don't nobody call you. Don't nobody text you unless it's somebody you've reached out to. I don't know. Some of y'all could be looking at new insurance quotes for your cars. Some of y'all could be looking at new residents to move to, but that's the only communication you're really getting. You don't nobody call your phone. There's a lot of information that is coming out. A lot of people are figuring out folks been lying on you, just giving false testimonies, false alibis, and everything else. Okay. Trying to save them years because it looks like whoever this is, they got years. What is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 25. Man, that's 50 years. Okay. And somebody could be looking at 50 years, all right, for whatever they have been doing, whatever they are tied to. Yeah. And aren't you glad, family, that you saw both masks and you chose yourself over trying to get with any of these energies or these people? Hmm. Yeah. I feel like, there's a lot of people that, gave false testimony on you. That's bad. That is real bad. Because now they are in contempt of court. I'm hearing people are contempt of court. Wow. They're in contempt of court. Okay. Tell me what else, Spirit. What is this? Yeah. And look, this card cracks me up. It says what they said about you was really just about them, literally. That false testimony that they gave, what they said about you was really about them, family. Because you don't do nothing. You stay to yourself. You mind your business. And you're not even somebody that is like, getting phone calls. You don't have company coming over. You're like, and I feel like that's good. Stay that way. Okay. You don't need that energy around you unless it's going to be something positive. But other than that, you are your safe space and place. Your home is full of tranquility and harmony. And you know, you're not trying to disrupt your peace. Okay. This is what I'm picking up on. I can't make it up. That's why look what's in the look. The dream magic, mirror magic, sex magic, toxic is F magic. That's in the reverse. No more of that. Tell me more, spirit. I feel like, yeah, you're clearing the way. Yes, no more false persons. Look, they all in the reverse. Am I holding them right? Look, I was shocked too, family. Yeah. False persons, fake all the time, can't trust them, lies all the time. Those have been cleaned and cleared out of your energy. I feel like you've really been focusing on you, cleansing people out of your energy. What else, spirit? Yes, I love it. Yeah, because you're connected, period. And I had to look, family, because yeah, you're connected. Okay, and this connection is to your lineage, your celestial heritage, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angel, and the most high God. I heard that spirit, I don't know, whoever won a Netflix tonight, I guess. What is the it's Cops 2 or something like that, with Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. It just, I guess it just got added to Netflix, if somebody was thinking about what's a good movie to watch. Okay, if you're going to be doing some Netflix, they did release some new movies. I don't know why Spirit wanted me to tell you that, but I went on and told you. Okay, yeah, these people right here, they were clueless, family. They did not have your awareness, your intuition, your energy, your light, or your spirit. And that's what it comes to right here, where it says they copied the blueprint but couldn't duplicate the soul. They couldn't. And a lot of people are starting to discover that now. Okay. That's why you have over here false testimony, and you are not a battery. So you unplug as you should from these energies, because you already know they're fake, they'll lie, and they'll do anything for clout. Okay, a lot of this came from clout. A lot of this came from greed. A lot of this came from just people wanting to defile your name and your character. But do you know how many people lied on you? And people are starting to see this. They gave a lot of false testimony. Mm, mm, mm. That's a damn shame. I'd be embarrassed, me. I ain't lying. I'd be like, ooh, we. Yeah, you're innovative and you're influential and you're powerful. Okay, now with this power, I feel like, you know, as above, so below. You take everything to the divine. You ask the divine to work it out. You will call down judgment when done wrong, but you let the divine fix it. You know, you're like, please, divine, step in for me. Because, you know, it feels to me like, family, it's just like you and everybody's against you. And you're like, well, what did I do? And then it gets to the point where you just said, forget it. You don't even care about what they're going through, because you already know they have some personal issues within themselves. And that is exactly what it came out. Where did that get? Exactly right here. What does that say? It says, yes, what they said about you was really about them. And that's all it boils down to. And people are realizing that. You know, I feel like you're somebody that stands up for yourself, but you only stand up for yourself when you have to. Other than that, you are avoiding all confrontation. You are avoiding all arguments because you just don't have time to put your energy there. Do you know how draining and exhausting that is? I cannot. Do not argue with me. I ain't gonna lie. Matter of fact, I will shut up just to let you get the last word, because as long as I'm able to hold keep my breath to myself, I'll be like, I'll sit there and listen and let you say whatever you want to say. Only people that could really get up under my skin, you know, would be the loved ones, right? That's when you get to looking like, hold up, wait a minute. Are you undermining me, or are you trying to, you know, insult me on the down low? Don't let it be somebody's child. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Okay. But for whoever's resonate with this message, they lied on you so bad, and they gave so much false testimony when it came to you and your name and your characteristics and your work ethics and just who you are in general, that man, they eating it. I just somebody put their whole foot in their mouth. Mm, Mm-hmm. It was this copycat, toxic X energy. A lot of y'all had a lot of toxic exes, okay? But don't worry about it. We've all been there, done that. No judgment over here, but we have all been there, done that. And that's just because, family, you really genuinely want to be loved by someone that is not judgmental. They're not sitting up there trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. I don't like people that, I don't like it. Me, I don't know. Maybe I'm different, but nevertheless, you had a lot of this going on. Copycat, toxic X, okay. Just they're just sick. And I feel like many of them are realizing just how disgraceful they look because they came in love bombing you, lying to you, giving you false sorries just to repeat the abuse again. And I feel like, you rebuked that. You looked at them was like, I do not have time. That chapter is done. You're the whole damn book. You're the whole damn book. So anybody that came in and said you were trying to copycat them, you were the toxic lover, they was talking about their damn self. Because I feel like, you're really uplifting energy. You know what I mean? Like you don't like starting trouble. I don't like trouble. I don't know about y'all. Ooh, look, look when I look over, I promise you these people be delusional. Yes, the Lulu. They do be family because you just be sitting there looking at them like this motherfucker's crazy. Oh, quick disclosure, I do cuss and curse and speak the truth and call out names. We got it too. But I mean, for real, I be looking at people like this motherfucker's crazy because they really do be standing up their family with their whole face on, their whole mask, lying their ass off. What does this say? Wait, let me. This man is holding the look, the shadow's holding something. Let's see what it says. The apology speech. Oh shit. They thought, oh what does that say? They thought they had a something one cute. See, then now this is gonna make me have to take a picture. That's wrong. But I do want to see what that says. It's hilarious. I gotta look. Oh, I don't have to take a picture. Let's just see what it says. Hold up. That is funny. Okay, boom, bam. There we go. Let's see what this says. It says apology speech. They thought they had a comeback. They thought they had a comeback and are cute. So somebody out here thought they had their whole thing set up, right? They had everybody in position, family. This is bad. Because you know what? Somebody had everybody looking a whole hot mess. That's bad. This delusional Delulu here had everybody looking a hot mess. Everybody came in, everybody has testified, and all of them gave false testimony. Even some of them had false alibis. So for some of y'all where they were trying to put you in situations and people and places and things that you don't even mess with or deal with, okay? Anybody that knows you, they're actually going to say this, okay? They are actually going to say this. You don't go nowhere, you don't do nothing, you don't associate with nobody. Anybody that is trying to make it seem like text and calls and pictures were coming from your phone, they just fucked up. They really did because I feel like evidence is here. The evidence has been seen. Okay. Somebody could be getting questioned right now about, something that has happened when it comes to somebody and this botched autopsy. Like there could have been some sort of evidence left somewhere. Like this is giving me, the whole gaslighting, like the whole judicial system just got gaslit by these energies. Okay, it says, yeah, you remembered what they tried to make you forget. And I feel like it's not so much if you remember what they tried to make you forget, it's just the fact that people are starting to realize they've been gaslit over you when it came to you. Like it was like somebody tried to paint you out to be like the worst person on the face of the earth. I ain't lying. They did, family. And then what was so bad about it is like they were like, well, if this person is this and this person is that, how come we don't never, because you ain't never gonna see nobody that's divinely connected to the most high God doing anything that they're not supposed to be doing. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, family. We don't even move like that. Anybody that does move like that, we don't deal with it. It says, yeah, don't resurrect what was meant to be deleted. And you see how they over here trying to delete shit and get rid of shit? Yeah, that's all tracked. I don't know why people don't enter and understand that listen, nothing gets deleted off of nowhere. Do you know, even when you start typing out an email, if you were to back every last word up out of that email, do you know that there is still a cloud that has recorded that? I promise you. Ask somebody about that. Like people, they'll tell you don't hit send, don't hit send. I'm like, shit, you should have never started typing it. Because as soon as you started typing it, there is a cloud. There is a big brother cloud watching. Eagle Eye. Go watch that movie. If you can't remember it, it's a really good movie, but go watch Eagle Eye. Okay. There's always someone watching. There's always someone listening. That has been established over the last 20 to 25 years. You don't even have to do anything. People just tap into your phone off of specific words that you say. I promise you. Say president, boy, your shit hot. You'll be on your ass. Okay, family. That's why I be looking at people like, I don't do no talking on the phone really. It would be with family, when I was doing anything, my phone would ring and it's only, I don't. And anybody that calls, it's normally business, it has nothing to do with anything like shit. That's why when my phone does ring, I'm looking at it like, who is that? Because my phone does not ring. I could sit here, I could walk away, leave my phone and come back. I ain't miss no calls unless it's a spam risk or if I filled out something, inquiring about an insurance quote or whatever the case may be, then they'll call and they're like immediately, they're Johnny on the spot. I didn't even finish looking at and filling out something and they were already on the phone. I was like, damn. I, said, I was like, I just clicked the send and then my phone was ringing. I was like, damn, that was quick. You know what I mean? But yeah, these people are sneaky, low vibrational energies, manipulative. They were all con artists. I'm telling you, they got so much that they done said. These people are being held in contempt of court because they was doing a lot of lying on you. Okay. And it's mainly because you could be a beautiful person inside and out, right? And they could just be jealous of that. I'm just gonna tell you, family, a lot of people do be like jealous of other people, which I don't know how to be jealous. I know. I probably need to try to work on that. It's not jealousy. Maybe I need to learn how to show. I don't know, y'all. Tell me what it is because I really don't. I don't know how to be jealous. It's like you want to go somewhere, go. You want me to come with you, I'll come. You want me to sit at home, I'm chilling. Like, I have a lot of things that I like to do, and I don't always need company to do it. So I don't have to tag along. And then when we're out and about, like, you know what? Okay, let me tell y'all. And no projection, but intermission real quick. My ex-husband, it was hilarious. And I think he used to do it on purpose, but I think it used to irritate him because I see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. So we go out and like when we went to Florida, right? We all on South Beach. Okay, man, that whole right there, Miami, South Beach. Oh my God, it cracks. Okay. I mean, people everywhere. They got, they're the women have, and I don't want to say half dressed because that's her job. That's what she's doing, but whatever. I mean, he would be sitting there, you might as well just pick his chin up off the ground. But I don't know if he would try to do things to make me jealous, and I would just get my phone and start scrolling through it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be offended. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to offend you. So I'm going to let you look. I sure am. I'm going to let you look and all that. Because I'm not about to be up here tripping with you about something that's like, I'm like, shit. So I mean, some of y'all have dealt with people like that, but then I also, he got mad, man. He used to get mad at me all the time. Oh my God, I gotta worry about men and women with you. I was like, damn, that's pretty fucked up. Like I'm heterosexual, but what do you mean? Yeah, the lady in there talking about you're so beautiful because she did, y'all. She look. I was waiting for her to say he was fine, right? And she was like, "May I say something to you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm thinking she got to be like, "Your man look good." She gonna say, "You're the most beautiful black woman I have ever seen." My whole face. I went, "Oh shit," because I knew as soon as we left up out that damn store, it was on and cracking. I ain't lying. We was in the parking lot and he was all over my helmet. Okay. And that's what I'm talking about. Da, da, da. And I'm thinking, but you go and you look at women and I say nothing because I don't want to get into no arguments. But y'all could have been dealing with a lot of people that were just upset with you because they felt like, oh, you're beautiful, but you don't even see yourself like that, family. This is another thing, right? I always tell people, God give it, he will take it. So don't be walking around with your nose stuck up in the air thinking you the finest thing going because I promise you, God give it, he will take it. You understand? You understand? Understand, understand, overstand that. If God, just be humble. Okay. That's all I can say is just be humble and be grateful. You know what I mean? Be grateful. Man, there's so much stuff I want to work on. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. I want a Barbie doll shape too, but then again, spirits like you see how these women are dropping message for somebody. I don't know who's thinking about a mommy makeover, but rethink that. I don't know who that message was for. Rethink that, okay? Just work out and look, you didn't get it overnight. You're not going to lose it overnight, but put in some sort of work so that you stay, mobile. Is that mobility? Yeah, mobility. Am I saying that right? I think so. Or flexible or whatever it is, but so that you keep your body um, able to stretch and bend and whatever else you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you had a lot of people out here that were really upset. Yeah. You're beautiful, maybe to someone, maybe to many, but they were very jealous of that as well as your spiritual ranking because you outrank somebody spiritually, if not everybody. And they be upset about that because, a lot of people, and no offense to anybody that goes to church, okay? And look, they watching you heal and be unbothered. I'm promising you. Okay. No offense intended. A lot of people go to church, family. Okay. Whew. But let me tell you about that church house. Oh, Lord. I used to get real irritated with my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Because she would go to church and her phone would ring. And the first person on the phone would be Miss Hitch. Me, Miss Hitch, then Miss Virginia, Miss Ozzy, and all night long. You know what? I used to hate Sundays because back in the day we had the rotary phone, you know what I'm saying? The landline. I was so glad when they came out with cell phones because I promise you, I wouldn't get on the phone Sunday. I wouldn't even get on the phone Sunday. Everybody used to go, back in the day, we would all go to City Park. Okay. We go to church, come home, change our clothes, and everybody would go down to the City Park. Okay. And that was probably like a lifesaver for me because my grandmother would be on the phone talking about everybody in the church. And I used to ask her, I said, why you go to church? And then come home and talk about people. She's like, "Oh, girl, shut up." I'm like, "But that's gossiping, right?" Family, and that's a lot of these energies. They were raised around gossip. They were raised around talking about other people. You know what I mean? And that's not good to talk about people. I promise you, it's not. It's like, let me tell you, that's not good to talk about people. Okay, when people come and gossip or start a gossiping to me, I'll hurry up and be like, did you tell that person that? They be like, huh? I'm like, did you tell them? Did you tell them what you're attempting to tell me? And a lot of people be like, huh? I'm like, did you tell them what you trying to tell me? Well, nah, I ain't told them. I said, then what you telling me for? Because I don't even know who you talking about. 9 times out of 10, family, I don't be knowing nobody's name. People got to be like, oh my God, don't ever tell me your first name. I promise you, I'll be standing right there talking to you and forget your whole damn name. It was so embarrassing. I took a walk in the city park a couple of weeks ago, and a lady and I were talking, and we were going our separate ways, because I guess she just wanted to catch up with me, but we know that was gang stalking energy because there was another man that came walking through, and I could just tell that was probably her daddy or her old man, but nevertheless, his energy was off. I was like, yeah, that's that want to come through and see where you at. Don't worry where I'm at, in my energy. My energy is always solid. You know what I mean? I am who I am. You ain't gonna get nothing less, nothing more. You know what I mean? And nevertheless, that's what it is. People, oof, it's sad out here. But yeah, you were their mirror, not the threat. And that's what they don't like. You were their mirror, not the threat. It says here, love yourself, right? Love yourself, and you are enough. And that's what it is. You see in the background, you see his old boogeyman self with the green eyes. Yeah, you were their mirror. And that's what a lot of people don't want to admit. They don't want to admit that, you give what you receive, right? If they show you love, you show love. If they show you rejection, you show them the same rejection. Sometimes your face even turns up the way they face turns up, because it's like, damn, why hit me like that? That's not my energy. I'm not coming at you like that. So why hit me like that? You feel me, family? But a lot of people don't get that. You know what I'm saying? They walking around, they mad, they upset, the whole world falling down on them, or at least that's what they say, they think. But you are what you make it. Your life is what you make it, right? If you walking around and you grudging all damn day, then yeah, you gonna have a bad day. Mm-hmm. Message. But if you just chilling and you just going with the flow, I promise you, it's gonna work itself out. A lot of y'all are going in this new direction, healing, loving yourself. Yeah. And your DNA is divine. Okay. Life saving DNA. You got a life saving DNA. Yes. Special to the Most High God. Oh, yes, you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing, family. You could save a lot of people. For the energy I'm talking to with that life saving DNA, you could save a lot of people. But who can save you, right? That's that energy, right? But don't worry about it, because anybody that came up against you, I promise you, they held in contempt of court, because all of them lied. hmm And a lot of them are very upset because everything is backfiring. They didn't listen to their intuition, and now they're feeling shook. They're feeling shook and shocked. Okay, they're shook. I'm telling they're shook because they like, what? It was like somebody was out here maybe investigating you, gathering information on you, trying to see what you do. Ugh, and I know they was like, damn, they boring as shit. They don't go nowhere. They don't do nothing. And it ain't that you're boring, family. It's just that you are at peace. And when you're at peace, you don't got to be in the streets. Message. Okay. Yeah, they was faking deep, deep fake right here. It says fake deep. You outgrew their performative healing. Right. Oh, wow. What does that say? It says you outgrew their performative healing. You did. See, I don't like a fake. Don't be walking around acting like you healed and your ass ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, healing takes years. I'm still healing. You know how much trauma I done been through dealing with all kind of people and their projections and them just talking about me like a dog, lying on me and shit. And I'd be like, damn, I didn't even do shit to you. But all it was jealousy. Most times, 9 out of 10 is some sort of jealousy. Okay. And look, family, you may not even be feeling like you're all that. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't realize you don't feel the way they see you. Like, people see you and they're like, oh, they're beautiful, they're fine, they're this. You don't even be feeling, you be like, oh, really? Oh, thank you. Because you be like, oh, I am. Oh, thanks. You know what I mean? Because that's just not your energy. I feel like everybody is beautiful and everybody is handsome. Look, the looks are so fucking deceiving. Oh my God. Let me tell you what I used to do. I learned to do this growing up. Never go after the handsome guy. Oh, you're going to get your whole feelings hurt. hmm Because everybody wants him. I'm not going after the handsome guy. I'm going after the man that's treating me right. And it took me time to learn that. Wait for it. I even dated some McGruffs and they still cheated. And wait, why did I just think of that movie? And I think it was, who was it? She took him in and cleaned him up. Bobby Brown. I forgot the name of that movie. She met him. He had old greasy Jerry curl with a big old gold tooth in the front of his mouth. Wait for it, y'all. While I'm thinking about it, my ex-husband had the same damn, and I used to look at that goal too. Finally, I told him, I said, why don't you just go on and get that taken out and you have you a nice smile? And he did. And I mean, it really, because he had beautiful, perfect white teeth with just this one gold tooth sitting there. And I'm like, why is that there? And he's from Louisiana, he's from the South. So, just to have one, I was doing good, right? But I told him, I was like, you have a beautiful smile. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you? And, he went on and did it, and he was so happy. He was like, damn, I do look better. I said, oh shit, here we go, Bobby Brown. But it's all good, family. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes to boost somebody else up, just do that for them, because you don't know the state of mind they're in. You don't know where their heart's at. You don't know what kind of day they had. That's why I was mad at COVID with that mask shit, because I'm like, damn, they took away the smile. And then wait, I saw a meme where he was like, everybody fine with the mask on because people's eyes be sexy. I was dying laughing because it's 100% truthful. Like, because everybody has beautiful eyes, okay? And take it how it resonates. And when I say that for real though, because the eyes are the windows to your soul. And when you are a good person internally, it comes out. And like somebody was on here talking about, oh, I can see in your eyes. This girl, you don't leave me alone. I wear contacts. You can't even see shit. And I wear glasses. So it's like, what, lady, get out of here with that weird shit. But family, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. No clowns allowed. That's your energy. You're protecting your peace like it's your password. Do you hear me? And yes, you're not playing with nobody faking like they've healed, because you can sense someone who is healing, who is on their journey and everything else. And I'm going to tell you how you'll sense it. People that are healing and really stepping into their peace, they are extremely reluctant to do any wrongdoing. I ain't lying. Shit. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. And they can keep that. I will sit up here by myself day in, day out, do my little workout, get on a treadmill every now and again, my little, you know what I'm saying? I'll do anything it takes to keep myself up out of the hot seat, out of 50 years, because folks, somebody out here looking at a 50 yacht. Damn, that's fucked up. And people are like, well, what was the motive? What was the reason? What was the cause? What was the purpose? That's gonna be their whole question. You got a question mark, exclamation point, and a bell. They like, answer this shit. What was the motive? What was it? What was the reason? What was the cause? They have no answer. All they know is it was a get you party and everybody jumped on that bandwagon. That was it. We don't like her. We don't like him. It could have been the way you walk, talk, you know what I'm saying, or anything. And it's just, it was judgmental out the gate. That's all it was. People just looked at you and judged you. And then they judged you not really knowing you. So when you don't know a person's heart, man, sit the fuck down. You don't know that person's heart. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they're thinking or anything. And yeah, I could look rough around the edges. Hell, I done went through a whole ascension. Man, you know how long I've been in masculine energy as a single mom? My kids is 30s. You know what I mean? Shit, I've been a mama and done a long time ago. Shit. So when people see you, they looking at you like, oh, this is some young. Nah, no, I'm not. I'm not probably old enough to be like your aunt or something. And for some of them, I'm old enough to be your grandma. Shit, I got a 16-year-old grandson. Now, I ain't gonna be talking to him no more, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, and yeah, I said that. Yeah. Cause I don't want to go back to the past. Once a person shows you who they are, you leave it alone and you just let the divine handle them. These could be some of your family members over here that made up false ass lies about you and shit and tried to talk about you like you was out there like that or doing something. Yeah. When you were younger, you did. Hell, I am not gonna lie. Shit. I'd be lying if I say I didn't have me some good old heydays at my young age. Shit. And I'm going to own them and claim all of them. Because I wouldn't have did it if I was ashamed of them. You know what I mean? But you have people out here that they're ashamed of stuff, family, and it's like, don't be ashamed. It's okay. We live and we learn. Would I do some of the stuff again? Hell no. I'm too damn old for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not like old like that, but I like being my age. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I like it because I'm a grown woman, but I still have that inner child. You see my decks too. I always be trying to get some cute decks, and you know what I'm saying? And because I do. I will sit down, I watch me a cartoon movie if I need to laugh, or something comedy, you know what I mean? Or if I need something informational or something, you know what I mean? And it's just about living, family. But some of these people out here, look, I'm gonna drop the F-bomb. They done fucked up. They done fucked up when they lied on you and just false testimony. I'm like, oh Lord, so they done got on the stand. And you know what they do? What they make you do when you get on a stand? I think I'll be seeing it on TV. They make you put your hand on the Bible. Now I don't know if that's still true because I don't go to court. Ugh, I don't like court. I don't like nothing with the law, really, me. I'd rather not deal with them people because it'd be all kind of bullshit with them. But I see on TV, they have you put your right hand, I think, on the Bible. I'm like, them motherfuckers been swearing on the Bible like a rug. That's fucked up. Woo! And be the first ones up in the church house. I be looking at people like, you go to, hey, yeah, I'm going to church. I'd be like, okay, well, have a good have a good day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, don't say no prayer for me. I ain't lying, family. Be careful who you let pray for you. Don't you let nobody pray for you. Shit. I ain't lying. Be very careful with that. A lot of people be like, you going to church, girl, say me a prayer. I'll be looking at them like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Did you just say that? I'll be like, huh? And there's nothing against them. I'm not saying all church folks is that way, but the majority of them are. I just seen a commercial sitting up here on YouTube talking about something St. Lutherans, you can get $700,000 if you was abused at church. I said, God damn. I'm like, damn. You feel me, family? That kind of shit. That kind of shit. So yeah, just stay clean, stay pure, stay to yourself, stand in your truth. You know what I'm saying? And pray for yourself. And when I pray, that's why I do it in front of y'all right here. And I ask for the same thing, clarity and guidance, as well as peace, tranquility, prosperity. You know what I'm saying? Things that we need in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Oh my goodness. I love peace. I love peace. Everybody should, but not everybody can because their life is chaotic. And that's okay. Just enter and over and understand that. And then know that energy so that you know how to handle it, right? Or not. Anybody that's approaching you and they're chaotic, man, shit. Move through this world with grace. That part. Okay, family. So I'm gonna get this message uploaded for y'all. I love y'all. And I'm gonna go do my Netflix. I am. I do. I do. I do. Every Friday. Movie night. So I'm about to sit back and Netflix and chill. Okay. So I hope you enjoy your evening. I hope you relax. I hope you feel good. Okay. I hope you rest well. Okay. And if you are going somewhere and you're going out, just be safe. All right. Always be alert, attentive, and aware. Okay. All right. All right, family. Let's close out. At this time, Divine, I ask that you continue to keep us with love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth in our lives and all the time. Ashe and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.